Why do some balloons fly and others fall? I'll tell you from my story. Growing up, I was constantly taunted about the way I looked. They called me names like Headmaster because of the size of my head, and the Shadow because of my extremely dark complexion. And this began to make me feel ugly and heavy inside. But something completely different was happening back home. My mother, you see, whenever she got me all dressed up to go out, she would make me stand in front of her, straighten my shirt, and say, "Mm-mm, fine boy, give me five." And you know what? Gradually, it didn't matter what anyone outside said to me. If my mama thought I was a fine boy, I believed I was a fine boy. And I began to feel more confident and lighter inside. And when you're fine inside, you can't fall. You can only fly. And what made this even more real was mother was not a hypocrite. Despite having stretch marks and belly fat, she was never ashamed of her body and was always confident. Any time in front of a mirror was an opportunity for her to strike a pose and say, "Mm, fine girl." Mwah. So after I got married and after several children, I would sometimes catch my wife, Julia, feeling insecure about the changes on her body. But I would always say, "Hey babe, look at me. Mm, mm, fine girl. I salute you." You see, I learned that all that belly fat and stretch marks, ugly? No. For me, they had a special meaning. They were the symbols of her sacrifice. I helped create those marks on my mother, and I helped create those marks on my wife. Now, how can I then hate the consequence of their sacrifice? Of falling in love, sharing their bodies, and having beautiful babies? How can I hate what I helped create through love? No. Mother's love for herself and for me showed me that love begins inside and not outside. The true love is inside out and not from outside in. So why do some balloons fly and others fall? It's not about their color, shape, or size outside. It's what they carry inside. Whatever you carry inside you can make the difference between flying up in joy and tranquility or falling down in depression and despair. Hey, love yourself. Love deeply. Love from inside out. And keep flying no matter what.